Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Shawn's the name and credit is the game today. I have done so many videos on what are the best cards to get when you've got bad credit, maybe when you're getting started out with credit, or just other types of credit cards that I like to recommend. But I have never done a video on the most highest end credit cards currently available on the market, which is what I want to do today. So strap in because these cards are absolutely insane. Okay, real quick, pretty please click the like button on this video, all right? I spend so much time on these videos, it takes you 2 seconds to hit that button, so hit it, please. But after researching some of the newer credit cards that have hit the market recently, I stumbled across some of the super mega high-end credit cards, which is a world I didn't even know existed, and learning about the requirements to hit these super luxurious and high-end credit cards will make you sick to your stomach just because of how hard and how rich you have to be. These cards we're talking about today are nothing like any other credit card we've talked about in previous videos, so I'm gonna leave a link to a playlist of all the other previous videos that I've done on the credit cards in those videos, because that is probably 99.9% of the population is gonna be getting those credit cards opposed to the credit cards we're gonna be talking about today. But today I wanna talk about these credit cards just because it's kind of like a window shopping. They're really cool to look at, but we will probably never ever get them. Kind of like a Bugatti. I would really love a Bugatti, and I love looking at Bugattis, but the odds of me ever getting a Bugatti is pretty rare. But jumping into the number 3 card on this list, it is the Stratus Rewards Visa White Card, all right? This is gonna be pretty similar to the number 1 option on our list today, but it's not as good because the perks are a little lacking. Or actually, I should say, the perks we all know about are a little lacking because the perks of these cards are so seclusive and secret just because there's so few people that actually have them. So we're gonna be basing this information off pretty much all the information that can be gathered online and through other kind of personal referrals who've talked about these cards before. So this is an invite-only card where you must be referred by an existing Stratus holder or someone within the Stratus brand plus. You're also expected to spend about $100,000 to $250,000 per year on the card itself. Remember when I said I was gonna make us all feel poor in this video? This is only the beginning. So if you're invited and you're willing to pay a $1,500 fee, then here's the perks you get. You get all the usual card perks like cashback, purchase insurance, rental car coverage, etc. But on top of the usual stuff, you get free luxury hotel room upgrades, access to free special events, and high-end award show gift bags. And more importantly, the 2 biggest perks of this card that cardholders really look forward to is the personal concierge that you get and the private jet flights. So the personal concierge does literally everything for you, from like booking flights and booking hotels, rental cars, you know, planning an entire itinerary, whether you're traveling for pleasure or for business or for whatever. That personal concierge will do everything for you, and they are personal to you. So it's not just like a travel agent booking you things. No, they know that you like to sit on this side of the plane and that you like to leave in the mornings versus the afternoon. No, they know everything specific about you, and it's perfect. And it's even rumored that they'll actually do menial tasks for you, like pick up your dry cleaners, or they'll bring you coffee. And again, these are all kind of like remote services. So think of like them ordering you coffee via DoorDash just because they know that you drink your coffee every morning at 6 a.m. Things like that, which is pretty cool. And then when it comes to the private jet flights perks, this is really cool. No other credit card does this that we know of, but it's the fact that you can actually pool your points together with your friends. So let's say you and your buddies are like, hey, we're going on vacation, we're all gonna go to Bora Bora, we're leaving tomorrow on a private jet. Are you down? And you're over here sitting like, holy crap, I don't have that kind of money right now, but I really want to go. Well, you can have your super uber rich millionaire friend basically backpack the friend group and be like, look, I've got a bajillion points on my credit card. I will pay for the flight with all of your guys' flights with all of my credit card points. So they can, you know, throw in a bajillion points, and you could throw in your like 5 credit card points, and basically the card will allow you to just combine them together and use them all on a single transaction, which is super rare and super cool. Moral of the story is that you basically need a super uber rich friend to kind of backpack you through your trips. But one other thing that is kind of noted about this card, it's not for sure, but it looks like the only way you can kind of redeem your points is with your private jet flight. So if you're not flying private a whole lot, then this card's probably not for you. Anyway, the second hardest card on this list to get approved for, and it's actually my favorite card on this list out of all of them, just because the guidelines are very clean cut and the rewards are very clean cut and everything's really great about it. It's the JP Morgan Chase Reserve card. To get it, you have to have around $10 million in assets that's managed by JP Morgan Private Bank. And once you have that, you'll get the personal invitation to get the card, as this one is invite only as well. The good news is that this card only has a $595 yearly fee, and it's actually made from brass and palladium. So it's definitely a status symbol, but it's really cool to have, and for only $595 a year, it's a very cheap, ultra high-end credit card. And I mean, you only have to have $10 million in assets, managed by Chase, by the way, not just in total, but managed by Chase. No big deal. Anywho, you get 5x points on flights, 10x points on hotels and car rentals, 10x points on purchases through Chase Dining specifically, and then you get the usual credit card perks like comprehensive travel insurance coverage, free rental car insurance, VIP events and experiences hosted by Chase. You get special benefits at luxury hotel and resorts in Chase's collection, and there's no fees on foreign transactions when you use it, which is always nice. And those are all kind of the general perks you would just expect out of a mega high-end card, but the cooler perks are really awesome. You get a $300 travel credit each year, a $100 credit for TSA pre-check applications, complimentary Dash Pass for DoorDash, and a complimentary Lyft Pink, which I actually had to look up what Lyft Pink was because I had never heard of it before researching these cards. It's basically just a $20 a month upgrade on savings for all of your rides. You get priority airport pickups, surprise offers, easier cancellations, and some other really great perks. Basically, it's just Lyft on steroids. So that's pretty cool. Then you also get some Peloton perks, which is like $120 reimbursed for your annual membership, and you get 10 times the points on Peloton purchases. All of that combined is totally worth the $595 annual fee. I mean, the $300 travel credit and the Lyft like steroid premium upgrade stimmy pack is like already worth it, regardless of all of the normal upgrades you get and all of the other super cool upgrades you get. It's a no-brainer, but again, you just gotta have 10 million in the bank. But that brings us to the number one card and the hardest credit card, I think, in the world, not just in the US, but in the world to get. And it's actually a very popular card too, just because of how flashy celebrities and rich people will throw it out there. But it's the American Express Centurion card, which is more commonly referred to as the Black card. And this is not to be confused with the MasterCard Black card, because that's a product by Barclays Bank, which is a good card, but it's nowhere near the Amex Centurion. And I hope you're all sitting down right now because I'm gonna actually blow your mind. Of course, this card is gonna be invite only like the rest of the cards on this list, but the initiation fee of just getting the card is $10,000. So people are over here going, please, gimme, please, I want that invite. And then they're like, all right, you get the invite, and you're like, sweet. I want to give you $10,000 for you picking me to get this card. Like, that blows my mind. And then to add salt to the wounds, once you pay that $10,000 initiation fee, there's a $5,000 a year annual fee for the card. And it gets even worse, okay? You can have a max of 2 signers on a card. So if you and a spouse or whatever, you get 2 signers on that card, it's $5,000 a year per person. So you could potentially be dropping $20,000 just to get the card. I mean, like that's a car. $20,000 is a car. But of course, to make things even worse, to even get that invitation so you can drop 20 grand, you have to be spending anywhere between $350,000 a year and $1 million a year, in a calendar year, I should say, just to get the card. You have to have that much spent on a credit card or on the credit card to keep it and to get that card. So absolutely unreal. And there's 2 versions, which is why it varies so much. There's a personal and there's a business version. And I mean, that's unreal. People could spend their entire lifetime charging to that card and they might not reach that $1 million a year. Why? Why? That's insane. But with all of those hefty fees, better come some super badass perks, or else no one would get them. So what does those hefty fees actually get you? Well, the coolest thing and the most important thing as to why people get the card is because you get a personal concierge, similar to the first card we talked about, but a personal concierge that is literally on steroids. And honestly, I think this is why people get the card specifically for this personal concierge, because it is so insanely awesome. So they're gonna do the same things that the previous card did, right? They're gonna book your flights, they're gonna book your hotel, book your travel, everything like that, set up your itineraries. They're gonna do all the little things like the coffees and the dry cleaners and all that luxury little items that can be done. They're also so specific and so personal, and that they built up a network of people who are very high net worth individuals. So the strings that are pulled for you are absolutely unreal. Okay, here's an example. Let's say you're stranded in the middle of some foreign country. You can't get on a flight. There's no flights available. You don't know what to do. You call your concierge. Your concierge says, oh, Shawn, yeah, no, I actually have another Amex Centurion client who lives in that country and has a private jet, because of course everyone who has this card is uber mega rich. And let me just give them a call real quick and let me see if they can fly you out on their jet. Boom, put down the phone. 10 minutes later, they've got a flight on their way out of the country. Things like that are just insane. I mean, you can't spend enough money, right? If there's no flights available, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't get on a flight. But if you've got that personal connection, that database of Centurion kind of Amex users, you get personalized things and personalized assistance in that scenario. And that's what your personal concierge does, which that alone is super sick. I mean, imagine getting first row tickets to Suns games or basketball games, or I should say football games, or concerts or anything like that, because these celebrities holding the card are those athletes, are those franchise owners, are those super rich people who can pull the strings for you. And so having that personal concierge, even if you just had that, is badass. And then, like, of course, you get all the normal benefits, right? So when it comes to hotel perks, I mean, you get the free room upgrades, the late checkout options, welcome gifts, and of course, like, all the normal good stuff like Wi-Fi, free breakfast, free spa credits, 25% bonus at, like, specific luxury hotels, like, all that good stuff with a hotel. Then when it comes to airline perks, you get private airport lounges, like literally all of them, not just like the Delta Sky Club or the American Club or the Admiral Club or whatever. No, you literally get all of them. And then you also get a personal guide who like literally walks you through and expedites you through customs and immigrations, which is sick. You get free TSA pre-check applications every 4 years. You get baggage insurance, then of course 50% airline bonuses on your points. I need to drink some water because we're literally just getting started with this card. Then when it comes to car rentals, insurance, cruises, other smaller ticket items, you get massive bonus points. You get a $500 credit on select cruises. You get free car rental upgrades to luxury cars, free car rental insurance, all the goodies when you're renting a car. When it comes to wining and dining, there's specific tables and wine bottles at over 1,000 of the most luxurious restaurants in the world that are literally reserved specifically for Centurion cardholders. You also get complimentary personalized wine buying specialists who will put together an annual wine tasting experience just for you. And this is on top of your 3 free custom Napa wine tours that you get each year. Then you get a bunch of little freebie perks like customized shopping experiences, gift certificates to luxurious brands. You get purchase protection up to $10,000 per occurrence, which is like personalized insurance on items that you buy. So if you buy a laptop with a credit card and your laptop was $4,000 and the next day it explodes in a fire, your credit card company is actually gonna rebuy that laptop for you. So that's really cool. And then they also have something really cool that you don't see a whole lot of is return protection, which is when a merchant won't return your item within 90 days, Amex will actually refund it for you up to $300. And honestly, I'm just getting tired of stating all the perks with this card. Literally anything luxuriously based, you get some sort of perk or benefit for it. This card is meant for the people who have tons of money and tons of time on their hands, and they're just literally looking to have a good time. And that's what this card's all about. It's all about luxury and travel and super high-end fun stuff. So if you're a baller and you just got tons of time and money on your hands, then get this card. But for the rest of us, we're just gonna have to keep grinding to one day dream about getting this card. And like the thing that drives me crazy is the fact that there's a massive market for people who actually qualify for this type of card, because if there wasn't, American Express wouldn't offer it and wouldn't have these partnerships built up. But that just goes to show that there is some serious money out there. And if you could qualify for all 3 of these cards, for example, if I could qualify for all 3 of them, the one I would pick is our number 2 card from JP Morgan Chase. I'm not a Chase fan at all, but the pound per pound value you get out of that card compared to the other 2 is unmatched. A $5.95 annual fee for all of those great perks that you get. I mean, come on, I don't care how rich you are or how rich I ever get. I am gonna be super value driven, okay? I'm not just gonna spend 10 grand to spend 10 grand. Hey, I can't knock them, all right? If you're able to just flush some money down the toilet, then you go ahead and do that because wow, all right? But those are the 3 most luxurious and highest end secreted, hardest cards ever to get that are currently on the market. And again, this is for a worldwide basis because I looked at cards in Dubai and some other really high-end countries, and these are probably the hardest ones to get and the ones that offer the coolest and most high-end perks out there. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. Again, like I mentioned, please subscribe for more content like this. I'm going to be releasing a video soon on some of the highest end cards to get that are not invite only. So people who, are normal people who are managing their finances well can actually get a really nice card. That's kind of in the higher end tier without being like a multimillionaire. So definitely subscribe to see that video. Hopefully that'll be out in the next week or 2. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below on what your favorite card was. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.